is Benjamin Waldon, and you are watching The Gamer Talks, and we are finally at the end of this god-awful release month of July. However, we do have a freaking awesome game that just released this week, which you probably already know what it is, Starcraft II, in which basically the entire set around here has purchased their own copy, and we had a LAN party yesterday. It was practically awesome. So anyway, basically, first I want to start off by saying that I went into this game looking for a horrible game, actually. I did not think that it was going to be good at all. And I remember talking to the crew before I went and picked them up, saying, it looks to me like a cult following. I can't see this game being anything different from any other RTS in the genre. So, but I will have to say that this game has for sure surprised me on what it actually was. First thing I want to cover on it, which has made it completely different from any other RTS that I've experienced, is the composition of the story, the videos with the story, the voiceovers with the story, and the music with the story. Everything worked together so well that you will find yourself asking at some point in time, what time is it? You will lose track of time. I can practically guarantee you that at this point. Because all of the elements work together so well, it does take you to a different place, definitely. And as we had spoke a few episodes earlier about in Red Dead Redemption, how sometimes the voices would just take you out of the story, they'd be so fake. The thing with StarCraft is you're never wondering, you're never taken out of the story by any of the elements that they have in the storyline. The other thing as well, with the story most specifically, follows Jim Raynor, which again is a flashback from StarCraft I, as well as some other characters that they bring back. But they not only have the fight between the Protoss, Zerg, and Terran, but they also have a fight going, a civil war going as well, which adds another element to the game. So the story is very intensive. I would almost say riveting, if I could actually use that word. And I was extremely impressed with how they implemented each detail of that, and it still has me captured. I'm sure after the show I'm going to go in and play until 4 in the morning and probably be late to work tomorrow. So I mean, either way, it's an amazing single player game, and unlike most of the people who I had met at the midnight release who said they were just specifically playing this game for multiplayer, you have got to check out that single-player campaign. It is worth your time, and it's worth every minute you're going to put into it. With that, I would definitely want to talk about the gameplay. It's wonderful, basically, how they have implemented atmospherics in the game. We have night and day affecting different creatures in different ways, and it definitely impressed me as well how they would bring elements out. So there would be volcanic planets, which lava would come up and rush in, so you'd have to use high ground to your tactics more than just against your average unit. So it really takes you out of the normal experience of every RTS and puts you into a different experience, and that's one of the best parts about the gameplay, is that it provides a unique experience. And to go along with that unique experience, they have implemented several things in the game and several elements in the game that give you an RPG type feel. They have a research type function, basically, where you'll go and you'll explore the maps that you go on campaign, and when you discover things, they'll give you research points, basically, and once you have enough of those research points, you can choose on the tech tree. Basically, it goes up in series of 2s, and you choose from each one as you go up the tree, so that it can provide you with your unique experience and your unique type game style. So it really is implemented very well, to the point where this is your game, this is you are Jim Raynor, and you are in that game, and it's a wonderful experience. So definitely check out that single player. And as far as the multiplayer, which I'm sure most of you have played countless hours by this point in time, and for those of you who don't, definitely you're going to want to check it out. For one, the entire interface on the matchmaking is almost near flawless, and the things that people did have complaints about were immediately addressed within 24 hours. They're fixing the bugs and the things that they have already heard complaints on. So we can expect to see so much already from Blizzard in improvements as far as that, but it was already near flawless. And basically, I had heard that there were several complaints about balance issues, but that didn't seem to be as much of an issue as we played more and more games. It just had more to do with getting into the rhythm and finding out how StarCraft II was different from StarCraft I. I know that a lot of people on staff here decided that it might be a little faster paced, which we weren't sure necessarily if that was a good or a bad thing, if it was more fast paced than the last one, but definitely the units seemed to die faster and the battles seemed to be over quicker, which we did see during the beta and also during a lot of the videos that they had released beforehand, where units were just getting taken out immediately. Now, we weren't totally positive how we felt about that, and with my RTS experience personally, I felt it was about the same type of multiplayer that I'm used to. So the other thing that we thought might be a little bit of a negative was that people were building, and people do, I mean, as you'll notice in matchmaking once you buy the game, people will build a mass amount of the big creatures on each of the teams, so Ultralisks or Thors. So basically we were sad to see that the focus was put more on the mass amounts, regardless of if you were Zerg or not, rather than strategy. We felt that they did take away some strategy that they had in the first one, but then again, just as I said before, we are seeing that Blizzard is putting in much more, they're putting in much more effort to stop from it to become something that the players won't want to see. So they definitely are listening to the players. So again, the story will take you away. The multiplayer is something that you'll want to experience, so definitely check it out. It's worth $60, and if you're crazy about it, even if you're not crazy about it, the $100 special edition is definitely worth it. So go and get your copy today. Definitely, as soon as you get your copy, go ahead and comment on our website, thegamer.vg, and we'd be happy to hear from you. So thank you so much for joining us tonight, and please join us next week for our discussion on StarCraft. So thank you so much, and you have a wonderful day.